Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I'm here with another Scottie dog project, little box that I worked out to go with the Walker's chocolate Scottie dogs I found at the grocery store. There's 9 cookies in here. I just put them in some food safe bags and made a box. Second project with the chocolate dogs. This is using all Stampin' Up products except for the clear bag that just came from wherever you buy your clear bags. So let me absolutely show you this. Look at how so adorable this is. It fits 2 cookies. I packaged them up. I laminated my designer series paper so that way it was food safe. And I put it in my food safe bag. Please use gloves. Keep everything safe and everyone safe. Okay. What else are we going to use? First and foremost, we're going to use our designer series paper, which is the Paint It Christmas 156292. Again, here are the little pieces. You can kind of see it. I did a full video on it previously. We're using cherry cobbler 119685, the cardstock, and the ink pad. You're going to need your sponge dauber because we're going to ink around the edge of the Merry Christmas. Or you can use your cardstock scrap if you don't want to ink around it, either one. You're going to use your corner rounder. Obviously we're going to use the Scottie dog Christmas Scottie bundle, which is on page 34 of the mini catalog, the July through December 2022. Here he is. Get the bundle, 159744. Okay, that's the stamp set and the punch. Okay, I used my I did use Blackberry Bliss to stamp my dog on my early espresso paper. I used the basic rhinestones and just the basic silver. I also used the basic rhinestones in red, which this was the bundle pack from last mini catalog, but you can find them on page 142 of the May 2022 through April 2023 annual catalog. Number 5, which is the red rhinestone basic jewels, 146924. Okay, page 142. I used my basic stuff, you know, your bone folder, your paper snips, your sponge dauber, you know, your normal stuff. Alright, so that's what I used, and I gotta find everything on my desk. What I did to kind of, let's stamp first. What I did for his bow is I just stamped the little blanket on a scrap piece of cherry cobbler. I used the cherry cobbler ink. So let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment. I'm using the Merry Christmas just on a piece of scrap white. I don't know how big this is because I'm just going to cut it to the size that I want. So we're just going to line it up on your grid paper or your grid mat, and straight down and straight up. Okay. And I'm going to take my paper trimmer. I tend to do my stamping first. And I'm just going to cut it down to what I think looks nice. Which I think this is going to be 3/4 of an inch. Yeah, that looks about right. So mine ends up being 3/4 by 1 3/8. So that's what my measurement is. I'm going to go ahead and round those corners. You're going to cut it to, you know, whatever makes you happy. I'm just using a, you know, a standard corner chopper, and I almost got that C. If you don't like how you stamped it, you can always flip it over and do it again. I'm just going to flip it over and do it again because I caught that C in there. So you can cut your paper down first, or do what I do, go for it, flip it over. There we go. I like it. Okay, take your sponge dauber and you're going to go ahead and ink around the edges of whichever side you feel is the best. Sorry, I got ink on my hand. Okay. Use whatever dauber you have. You can ink a lot, you can ink a little, you can use no ink if you want. It's your project. Alright, so I'm done with my stamp pad and my dauber. I'm going to go ahead and put all that away so I don't get ink on myself. Okay, and then I grab my Blackberry Bliss pad and my dog, which he's upside down on the clear block, so that would not have worked. And I'm going to go ahead and ink him up really well. And straight down and straight up. Perfect. Close my ink, clean my stamp, and we're going to punch him out. Okay, so set that to the side, get my punch, line him up as best as you can. And punch out. You can keep all these little extra bows. Be really cute to put on top like confetti. Alright, so I have my dog ready. Let's go ahead and punch out our bow, which again, I just stamped the blanket on a piece of scrap cherry cobbler. Alright, so we're good with that. And you can put your dog together at this point if you want to. I think I will so I don't lose my pieces. I have like a little tray that I put my pieces in when I'm not on camera, but when I'm on camera I don't. So right now my tray has the next project ready to go. So alright, we're going to put our little gem on, our red basic rhinestone, right in the middle of that bow. And to be fair, we can go ahead and do our rhinestones there so I can put them away. Our basic rhinestones. And I'm just going to pop it. You know, I'm not too worried about it. Just put it on there. That's it. We can prep our dog by putting our dimensionals on there, if you would like to do that at this step as well, before we even made the box. The box is pretty quick, so okay, there we go. Alright, so what you're going to need for your designer series paper, you're going to need a piece that is hold on, let me put this somewhere where I won't lose it. There we go. Okay, so your box side is 2 3/4 by 2 1/2, and so I just did my designer series paper 1/8 of an inch shorter. So it was 2 5/8 by 2 3/8 for my top piece. My side pieces are 7/8 of an inch by, I have 2 at 2 3/8 and 2 at 2 5/8. Okay, so you can do your own measurements if you want. If you want a bigger border, or you know, you don't like doing 1/8 of an inch, then do your border how you want. Your piece of cardstock that you're going to need is going to be 3, excuse me. Whoa, I must give you the wrong one. I'm doing 2 different projects here. This is how I worked it out. So this was project number 1. This was project number 2. This was a whole different project. But for this project, you're going to need a sheet of paper that is 4 3/4 by 8. Okay, 4 3/4 by 8. On the short side, which is the 4 3/4, you're going to score it at 1. And then you're going to move it over to 3 3/4. Okay, so 3 3/4. On the long side, which is the 8-inch side, you're going to score it at 1, 3 1/2, so 3 1/2, 4 1/2, and at 7. I just prefer to use my paper trimmer on this one because to me it's quicker for this little box. Okay, bone folder time. Let's varnish all of our lines. Now, decorating this box is up to you. You can put your pattern paper down after you cut it, or you can put it down, you know, once the box is made. For me, it doesn't matter. Honestly, I decorate whenever. You know, if you're mass producing these, then, you know, do whatever is easier for you. All right, so we're going to turn the paper so the 8-inch side is on top, and we're just going to cut up all these score lines. So you're just going to cut and miter, which is taking that chunk off the side. Same thing with this one. We're just going to cut and miter and cut and miter. I like using bigger scissors. Some people prefer the paper snips. It's just really your preference. Cut and miter and miter. Okay, so now we're going to flip it around and we're going to do the same exact thing on this side, and cut and miter. It doesn't matter if you start from left to right or whatever, just as long as your score lines get cut and mitered. Okay, so here's where you can go ahead and decorate. If you have directional paper, then you definitely have to pay attention to what's going to be the top, because you need to put the direction correctly. So I'm not going to decorate right now. I don't care. But if you were going to decorate, you just put your paper on. Now this is going to be the top of your box. If you're doing it this way, like so, you can do that, or you can just wait. But what I am going to do, because it's, well, no, I'm not going to do it now either. I was going to say you can go ahead and take your circle punch and make your little finger pull, but I'm going to show, if you're like me, you completely forget about it to the very end. So I'm going to show you that it's easy, that you can do it right now, which would be the easiest, or you can do it at the end. All right, so we're going to build our box. So we're just going to glue on those first tabs. Now these middle tabs, you need to fold them in, glue them, and you're going to glue them to the piece that we already glued to. So basically the bottom is going to have 4 tabs and the top is going to have 2 tabs. You can use your tear and tape, you know, like your double-sided tape, or your wet glue, but use a strong one, strong wet glue, strong, tear and tape. No tape runners on a box. Alright, so now we're just doing the top part here, lining it up carefully, like just, you know, regular box. Like so. And box is done, guys. Okay. So you can decorate it now. So we're going to go ahead and put our piece of paper, which was the 2 5/8 by 2 3/8. If you have directional paper, make sure you cut accordingly. If you're making a ton of these for like your co-workers or craft fairs or whatever, do yourself a favor and not use directional paper. It's just one less worry. Okay. My strips are 7/8 of an inch by 2 5/8 for this one, which is going to be the front and the back. So 7/8 of an inch by 2 5/8. Okay. And then my side pieces are 7/8 of an inch by 2 3/8. My paper trimmer made my paper a little fuzzy. I didn't clean. I need to clean my paper trimmer. There's a lot of fibers in it. Probably need to change my blade too. Okay, so 7/8 of an inch by 2 3/8. Again, make your borders what you want. And honestly, it looks really good without the borders. And so if you just want this top, it'll look very, very cute the same way. If you're doing a ton of these, like 50 of them for craft fairs, honestly, I wouldn't even worry with doing these little side pieces. This is just extra time. Craft fairs, you have to think about it. The recipients are going to throw it away. So, you know, this extra 5 minutes or so, I wouldn't be bothered. It still looks absolutely gorgeous without the side pieces. But, you know, you can do what you want. Okay, so here's the front. I'm going to take my circle punch. This is an old school, 14 years old Stampin' Up 3/4 inch whale tail punch. It's my favorite punch. You can use what you have. You can even use your scissors, cut a square. Do what you want. I'm going to put my little dog cookies in there, one upside down and then the top one right side up. This is a piece of 2 2.5 by 2.5 piece of laminate paper. Oh, no, what I do with my other cookie. Okay, huh? There you go. I don't know. It'll fit 2 in there. There's 2 on this one. I know what I did. I'm making this one for my niece so I don't have to wear gloves, but I wanted to show you what I did. Again, please wear gloves if you're making these for non-immediate family. Please. Alright, so we're going to need our clear bag, which is a 3x5 clear bag. You're going to put your little paper in there. And again, that paper was 2.5 by 2.5. You're going to take your little cookie. And you're going to put him in there. You always want your opening to the bottom, so that way, you know, they don't have to struggle to get it open. So he's in there. And we're just going to wrap it around. That's it. That's all the fancy, fun packaging. I think what I did, since my packaging was a little bit too big, I just straightened out the side and used a piece of clear tape and taped that side. And then put it in there. But this one's going to my niece because I touched it. So I'm not going to put it in the box and get it confused. There we go. And then one left for me. All right, so you put your 2 puppy cookies in there. These would be really cute too if you had actual dog treats. These are human treats, and so this would be really cute for dogs. Just thought of that. I put some little milk bones in there, and then you don't have to worry about food safety. You know, dogs do not care. All right, let me put him off to the side, and let's get our dog that we already prepped. We're ready to go, and you're just going to decide how you're going to stage it. This one was a little bit smaller than the example, and I just used wet glue. This one actually came out a little bit better because the whole thing's going to be on the box. And then we're going to take off our dimensionals from our puppy, and we're just going to add our puppy right here, like so. Super, super cute. I love them. You can add your Wink of Stella if you want to give it a little shimmer like I did here, or, you know, just leave them plain. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.